What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locker Room Rant. My name's Tony. With me, as always, John to my side, Nico down below. John, what was that noise when you did you drop something as we were going live?
Yeah, that was me. I was trying to get my bourbon poured, and I moved. I just knocked shit out.
We were shooting the shit for like 40 minutes. You could have just poured your bourbon then, no?
I was gonna. I got carried away, bro.
All right, let's move on. Sorry about that. Let's start off with a special birthday to announce. Happy 44th birthday to Mr. none other than the Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Happy birthday, Kobe. We miss you.
Birthday, Kobe.
Most of us miss you. And the rest of us are dicks. So
listen, it is what it is.
Happy birthday, Kobe.
Happy birthday, Kobe.
Let's of course we got Mariah right out the gate.
What's going on,
Eduardo killing it.
Mariah, what's up, family?
Tell you what, did you guys watch the UFC fight this weekend?
I did not see the whole thing. I did see highlights of the fight.
I watched the whole thing.
Guys, that
I loved it.
Ridiculous. I was in this funk of it couldn't even live my life. I was bedridden for 4 days straight. It was ridiculous. I'm laying there in bed. Our buddy sends me the link, and I fall asleep at 9:00. I'm like, I can't stay awake. I took all kinds of drugs and stuff trying to get better, and it just knocked me out at 9:00. I couldn't stay awake anymore. About 12:30 rolls around, and I wake up at 12:30. I'm like, shit. I just probably missed the fight. It probably just ended 5 minutes ago. And I pull up my phone, and it hasn't started yet. I'm like, what the hell is this coming on so late for? But thank the Lord it is. I tuned into the fight, expecting an ass whooping from Usman to Leon Edwards. And I'm watching the fight, and it's going exactly how I thought the fight would go. Usman just laying on him, taking him down, getting those points on him and stuff like that. Gonna take it to an easy decision. Fifth and final round. There's about 2 minutes left in the fight. Everyone's already talking about how Usman won, and if they go to the scorecards, Usman won already, and blah blah blah. Who's he gonna fight next? And out of nowhere, Leon Edwards throws this. It was like one of those. Remember that kick in Rush Hour when Chris Tucker got kicked, and he's like, "Which one of y'all just kicked me?" That's literally how this kick came out of nowhere and just lit Usman up, knocked him out cold. One of those ones where he's out cold and his eyes are still open, so you don't really know if he's dead or not. But everyone
he was pretty much out. He's pretty much out before he even hit the ground.
But you just don't know if maybe he just died. When someone's laying there like that, and everyone is rushing to help, you're like, yeah, I just watched someone die. It turns out he didn't die. He was okay, but he got lit up. New UFC champion, Leon Edwards from the UK. We're going to have to see if our boys from the UK know about this guy. Do you know, John?
I don't know if they know, but this dude is the new world champ, so everyone's going to know if you didn't already.
If you don't know, now you know.
no doubt. Like he obviously was no slouch because he got this title fight, right? So that being said, I got to be honest, dude. I thought that Usman was going to win this fight. I mean, dude, he was owning this fight. Leon Edwards, dude, he faked him out. He made him bite on like just use his hands, and Usman just tried to dodge what he thought was going to be a swing, and he leaned right into a kick, dude. And it just, dude, his head just, I mean, I don't know, dude. I stiffened up. I was like, ooh. I mean, I stiffened up, and watching what's his face, his reaction. He was like, it was great. Joe Rogan's reaction was phenomenal, man.
Joe Rogan's amazing. He's amazing. There's no one better than Joe Rogan at those commentating those UFC fights. He like makes it exciting.
Dude. He does. He does.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was just saying.
Go ahead.
If they fight that fight 10 times, Usman wins 9 of them.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do you think happens from here, Nick? What do you think happens from here?
Usman wins 9 of them.
Rematch,
but not that night.
There's a rematch. Like that was in the contract that like he gets another fight. So they will fight. This will be a trilogy. I guarantee you.
Well, this I guess they technically fought before already, and Usman won. So this was the second one, and the third one they're talking about being at Wembley Stadium in England, which would be ridiculous. It'd be bonkers over there. I think that would have to be outside though, and I don't know how that would work. Is that a outside? We got English fans? Can get people from England are fans of the show? Can we get someone in the chat from England tonight so they can help us?
Dude, it's like 4 a.m. right now. What are we gonna do? Wake them up?
Why would it be bad for them to fight outside though? Probably be sweet.
What if it rains?
That's the chance you take.
That's not. It's not a chance if you don't have to make that a choice.
The chance you take.
Like fight inside like everybody else, and let's be done.
No.
What if they fought? What if they fought in the rain? How sweet would that
make things a little more interesting, I will say. Boy, I
loved it. I thought it was an awesome fight. I think it was like obviously it surprised the entire world because nobody was ready for it.
I mean, like I said, I don't
think we got. Look at this. Hold on, can we get some shout outs? We got Brandon. We got JT Campbell.
You got Breezie.
We always Mariah. You know, Mariah's always here. She's that's our A1 from day one. Eduardo, Gammon Brown. Who's Gammon?
Gammon, what's up, fam? Gammon's been he's one of the boys, man. He's actually a moderator in Breezie's Discord. He's part of just about every 49ers chat on YouTube. You can catch him on the Eric Crocker show in the mornings, Breezie's chats. He's everywhere, man. He's one of the family. Good dude. Thank you for joining us, fam. Breezie, what's up, my man? I forgot to send you the link today. I that's on me, bro.
I'll send it to you.
Got time.
Neon Dion, Wayne Breezie. We're talking about Leon Edwards fight, knocking out Usman over the weekend. Every time Breezie got his own locker room rant. He's got his own locker room rant music now, and I want to know if he likes it or not.
Bitch better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. Bitch better have my money.
Breezie is doing it. He's everywhere. I was driving in Columbus and saw a Breezie billboard. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing on a billboard in Columbus? He is everywhere. It's crazy.
You know what that Usman Edwards fight kind of reminded me of? Remember that who was it? Moore versus Foreman in the 90s? When the bald dude left-hander Moore, I forget his first name.
Whatever you're saying, just really.
Remember when George Foreman won the heavyweight championship title in the 90s?
Okay.
Remember that fight?
Who'd he beat? Holyfield?
No, Moore beat Holyfield. I just can't remember Moore's first name. But Moore was like dominating that whole fight, and then like at the very end, like with like 30 seconds left, Foreman taps him one time and he falls down. Moore beat Holyfield.
Oh shit!
Bitch better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. Bitch better have my money.
Moore beat Holyfield.
I can't even gritty to that joint because the beat's super slowed down. So I'm just trying to, get the gritty up right, man.
Are those
How
Zennies?
are you?
Huh? No, these
Are those Zennies?
No, this is another company that sent me a couple of pair of glasses.
What do you
this is
mean?
an African American
What do you mean?
company. Yeah.
What do you mean sent you a pair of glasses? What is going on right now?
Hey, can I get that theme music one more time?
No more, Breezie. Jeez.
No more. Okay.
You are
I was gonna tell
everywhere.
you, hey, man, listen. You guys sitting here talking about the fight. I feel like I'm the only person not tapped into the boxing world. So I have no idea what's going on, and I feel bad because I can't really chime in on this.
Well, this is
No,
UFC.
we're done with
UFC.
it.
Okay. See, I'm wrong. I'm off. See, I'm wrong again. I would have been wrong anyway.
No,
I was
don't worry about
comparing.
that.
I was
We're done with
comparing it to
Buffalo
Michael
Bills
Moore.
bar in your background, bro. Like
What's that?
that's official.
it. Yeah, it just went off. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
just jinxed
The
it.
moment I say it's official, the shit turns off, yo. Go figure.
Here we go.
It's all good. He's got the remote right there by the PC. It's all good.
Here's what I like about this show, yo. Like, you guys definitely rant about everything with sports, money, drugs, entertainment. Like, this is the perfect combination right here.
Especially drugs.
Especially the drugs, right? And so, but look, I was just sitting here thinking, you got the Bills, you got the Niners, and you got the Browns. I think we got 3 of the top 10 defenses on this show right now, man. Let's talk about that.
Dude,
Possibly.
we do.
Yeah.
I know who has the number one defense in my
Who
eyes.
is that the Bills?
No, it's over there in San Francisco. And
Okay.
Congratulations.
But you guys,
I'll drink to that.
too, though. You
I'm
guys are
conceding.
cheers.
I'm conceding number one to
Mhm.
the San Francisco 49ers.
but
But when we switch to the other side of the ball,
Okay.
we might have some issues.
I don't know,
over there.
man.
I
don't
can't
know.
concede that.
I like Josh Allen. I like some of your weapons, but you guys you have to prove to me that you can sustain a run game. And that I haven't seen from the Bills since Thurman Thomas. So if you can get a run game going, then and only then will you be that offense. But until then, it's still kind of pass heavy Josh Allen run type of offense. What you guys think about that? That's kind of how I see it.
I got to be honest. I don't think they need a run game. I don't think they're going to have one this year either.
Then they
The run game in Buffalo has been irrelevant for
We got
you
little
guys got
Cook.
James Cook.
decades.
Yeah, we
You
got
got
little
Cook.
Cook now.
I haven't seen anything special from him though.
I didn't see
Doesn't look any
shit
better.
special from Dalvin Cook until he got to the NFL either. Well, at Florida State, he was pretty.
But he doesn't look any better than Singletary. He actually doesn't look
Okay.
at all.
Okay. Cameron, what's going on, fam? I don't know. I like what they have minus the run game, but Josh Allen is your leading running back. So,
Josh
All
Allen.
day.
That's
And twice on
our
Sunday.
whole offense. If he goes
The
down,
whole shebang,
we're
baby.
done.
yeah, that's where it gets scary, yo. That's where it's scary. And then when you talk about the Browns, I mean, other than your quarterback situation, I like your team. Like, and it's just the situation you guys got going right now, right? It's just kind of like up in the air.
You know,
So-
honestly, I can almost give two shits about that. The two things I'm worried about on there, honestly, is the wide receiver room.
Really?
And
I like Donovan Peoples, and you first of all, I love Donovan Peoples. Give him the damn ball, and then I like you guys picked up Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing, we've been kind of injured so far in the preseason, so I don't know what
Okay.
that's going to carry over. We got guys with talent. None of them are proven besides for Amari Cooper.
Okay.
And our interior defensive line, that's kind of weak, and it kind of showed we have been getting ran on.
Got you.
So I don't know how that's going to translate when the games actually officially start. But everything else, I'm pretty much fine on.
All
We
right.
haven't really played our main starters at all. So
Breezy, you posted something. First of all, who the hell does your thumbnails?
I do them, and I'm tired
No.
of doing them because they take way too much time.
I'll tell you what, keep doing them because I scroll past your thumbnails and I'm like, I don't know who's doing those, but this makes me want to click on those. You have
Thank you.
beautiful, I don't know how weird this sounds
You
to
have
people
beautiful
that
thumbnails.
you have beautiful thumbnails.
I like that, yo.
I'm gonna put a
You have-
pause on
That's a
that.
pause. That's a
Well-
pause right there, John. That's a pause. That's what we call.
That's a pause right there, bro.
Pause.
Yo, Breezy, I don't know if you have access to that intro, that nitty gritty starts. I'm sorry, the Wayne Breezy show.
Yeah.
Bro, I think you need. Can you share that intro on this channel?
I don't have,
have it?
I do have it, but I don't have it. Like I should put it on one of these push buttons, and it's not. So I gotta download it. I gotta send it to myself, download it, put it on one of these buttons. I'll give it to you though. That joint is fire. Matter of fact, you guys got to get Lake City to do an intro for you guys. That'd be fire.
Dude,
The
Lake
Locker
City,
Room.
They
Rant.
don't know who Lake City is, but if
Listen.
I could get Lake City to at least get in here,
He's
and-
he's
Oh my God.
a recording artist out of the Pittsburgh area. He's a 49er fan. But I mean, when I say recording artist, I mean this guy's selling records. He's putting records out like a lot. So he's really good, like really good. I don't like it's hard to listen to, like I don't want to call him independent, but independent because when you're not signed to a major label, that's what you are. It's hard for me to listen to some of them because I feel like the content is going to be like, like, you know, but he's like a major independent guy, like, right? So he has major records. He's just independent, which is the best way to go anyway, because you control your destiny and your money. You get all your money.
Yeah, I'm just
Bitch
I'm
better
just
have
telling
my
you.
money. Hey, see, I don't need
I'm
no
just-
things.
I'm just telling you, you have well manicured thumbnails. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's funny.
I mean,
That's-
beautiful.
That's funny.
Let's get to, man, there was some type of 49er talk I wanted to have today.
Oh, you got two guys right here ready to get into it.
It was something, I think someone came out. Was it Brett Favre?
Oh, yeah,
Listen.
the Brett Favre.
listen,
It's not gonna play right. I gotta do a music video for this.
Can we be in the music video?
Yeah, we could all be in the music video.
Nick would probably bankrupt that video, so we're not going to have Nick in. Nick's vibe is not Breezy this and Breezy that, bro.
I listen, my time is limited because I got nothing but Niners coming out. I need to know what Brett Favre said because I missed it. I was
Brett
fantasy
Favre.
football drafting, and I gotta read you guys my draft when we finish. Tell me what you think.
Go ahead.
So tell him,
No,
Nick.
no, no.
You're the
No,
one
no.
that was so
Oh, okay.
goddamn excited to tell us.
Yeah,
I
Nick,
just-
go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Tell Breezy.
sent,
Go
I
ahead.
sent John a news article of how Brett Favre was basically saying that they should roll with 10 while they got him.
No, he
instead of
did.
playing Trey Lance.
Yes, he did. Yes,
Brett
they're
Favre
making
did.
they're making a mistake by switching the Trey. They should stick with
How many
Jimmy while they're
concussions
winning.
did Brett Favre suffer from when he played football, bro?
I don't
Too
know.
many, bro. That's why you
He
can't
missed a
listen to
game
what
on
he
it.
says.
He had like the Iron Man streak for a long time.
He did. I mean, even Steve Young had his share of concussions. That's why I don't really believe everything that comes out of his mouth because I'm not sure which part of Steve Young is talking. But it's just time for a change, man. Listen, you know what? A lot of people don't shout this guy out. But I just happened to get on my Twitter feed and there was something from Grant Cohn, and Grant said, you know, most teams that compete, in Super Bowls have top 10 quarterbacks, and Jimmy Garoppolo is not a top 10 quarterback. And there's a possibility he'll never, ever be a top 10 quarterback. And I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo can work anywhere else other than San Francisco. Jimmy didn't even work in New England. And Bill Belichick was the GOAT of coaches.
Bill Belichick loved Jimmy Garoppolo.
He didn't love him that much because he traded his ass.
No,
So
it wasn't. That had nothing to do with Bill Belichick.
that was
tell us
Tom.
all
That
about
was Kraft, right?
That was
Robert Kraft.
Guys,
Kraft
I have-
loved Tom Brady.
You guys are probably, especially you, Breezy, you're
Jesse!
probably so sick.
Jesse, what's up, family?
probably so sick of talking about this quarterback situation. I have something. I'm going to go out on a limb and make a crazy prediction for this year. Now, tell me, you guys tell me if it's crazy. I'm going to say Brandon Ayuk has a better season than Debo. Thoughts?
It's not crazy, but it's the year of the Ayuk. Last year was the year of Debo. This year is the year of Ayuk. So I agree with that. I think Ayuk has a better season, and I think it has to do with the quarterback play too.
Absolutely.
And
his skill set sets him up to go with Trey Lance. It fits Trey Lance's skill sets, right?
And then you got to factor in the chemistry that those two guys have built. When you can call somebody on national social media a milk dud, like that right there, let me know that those boys are locked and loaded and ready to go, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't be surprised. That doesn't mean that Debo Samuel takes a big decline. He's still the weapon X. But when you're talking quarterback to a wide receiver like that, Brandon Ayuk is that guy, yo. And now we just need to see it translate on the football field on Sundays. That's all. That's all we're waiting for.
I actually think it's blasphemy. It kind of, when you first put the question out there, I kind of thought I kind of see it, but the more and more I thought about it in the last minute or two, I think it's blasphemy. There's no way he has a better season than Debo. Here's my reason. Debo is one of the best football players in the league, if not the best.
Understood.
I've always kind of put a caveat that he's not a great receiver, but neither is Ayuk. Yeah, Ayuk's not a great receiver. I think they're both as good as a receiver as each other. It's just Debo's got this whole other dynamic of his game,
which makes him a better over-round football player.
Yeah. But I still think he's just as good of a receiver as Ayuk is. And
I think this year, though, as a receiver, you're going to see why Brandon Ayuk is a better receiver.
I think Ayuk's gonna do better statistically. I do think
that would make him better.
I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be near Debo.
No, but so what I'm trying to say is I think he will be the better receiver. I still think Debo Samuel will be the most important game plan weapon. Debo's the guy that the teams are going to game plan against. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to take him out, which means Kyle's going to have to figure out other ways to get Debo involved. You got to get Debo involved, right? So Kyle's got to figure out, all right, man, look, they're going to put 2 guys on you, no problem. Good. You'll be the decoy right now, but we'll get you involved. Don't worry, because here comes a bubble screen. Here comes a quick joint, man. I know Debo can take it to the house. When we're talking about a guy that's locked and ready to be a receiver to run these routes, I think Brandon Ayuk's route running is underrated because we just haven't seen it. And so 49er fans have been watching this guy like a hawk in these practices, training camps, and things like that. And no, you haven't seen him in preseason, but we realize that there's a connection there that most of the league is not seeing right now. So that's good. When you see it, though, you're going to be like, oh, I think I see. Okay, this is what they mean. So I think Ayuk has statistically the better wide receiver seasons, right?
Like, I do think Ayuk's going to do better statistically just because I think they are going to take more deep shots down the field to maximize Trey Lance's abilities. That being said, John used to do this all the time, sent me like links of things.
Oh, John is petty. I love it. Yeah. You're sending him links of what we're doing in practice.
He's sending me links.
Watch this Trey Lance throw to Debo, bro. You ain't seen shit like this ever.
He's like, sent me links. He's like, look at how many times Brandon Ayuk burnt the best cornerbacks in the league.
I gotta get in that group chat. Add me to your group chat.
And I watched this video.
I'll bring you to the group chat, bro.
I'm just going to laugh. That's it.
I watched this video, and it was Brandon Ayuk didn't burn anyone. Like, he burnt people like after 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. Any receiver is going to burn somebody after 5 seconds.
He burnt Diggs in the playoff game. Burn him.
Diggs is not that good of a cornerback. I got news for you. The interception total is not the definitive characteristic of a cornerback.
I like Nico, but the interceptions is what makes him a good of a quarterback.
But it's not the definitive. It's not the definitive.
It's not, but statistically,
you can get a lot of
Excuse me. Fucking truly got me burping. I gotta get back to White Claws. No, seriously, you gotta.
A lot of fluke interceptions, and a lot of his interceptions were fluke interceptions. They weren't coverage interceptions.
Fluke or not, bro, he's making interceptions, and people keep saying like context matters. It does, but then again, when you're talking about football, like it's all about the numbers, man. And so this dude is getting those interceptions, and that's what's making him stand out. Now you watch football, you analyze it, you evaluate, you be like, this guy's really not that great. Yeah, but that's not what the normal average Joe sees when they watch Trayvon Diggs play. And so that's why he's catapulted as one of the number one quarterbacks. I would pick him over Jalen Ramsey, the number one quarterback in the league. And then I would say Denzel Ward is another guy that's top 5. Like there's some guys, there's some dogs.
I will make a prediction that Trayvon Diggs is not in the top 5 cornerbacks in interceptions this year.
Dude, you're high, bro. You're drinking bong water, bro. I'm drinking bourbon. You're drinking bong water. There's nothing.
I'll make that bet.
Pretty good prediction.
Pretty confidently.
Hey, Breezie, I have a question, and I'm praying the answer is yes. Have you been on Bleacher Report over the last couple days?
I did check it. Did I check it today? I believe I checked it today.
Were you on a few days ago when there was an interview with Jason Tatum?
Oh yeah, and he was talking about he played with a broken wrist or a fractured wrist.
The interview was it was at least an hour long. The girl giving the interview was unbelievable.
Was that Taylor Rooks? I can't remember.
Yes,
who it was.
She's the best. She's the best.
Yeah.
He broke down and cried a few times talking about his mom.
Yeah.
I started that interview not a Jason Tatum fan. I finished that interview 100% Jason Tatum fan. Love the guy. After letting us in,
he let us in
his world.
Yeah, he let us in. He let everybody in, man. You guys gotta, if you didn't get a chance to hear the interview, go check it out. If you guys are basketball fans, even if you're just fans of like real good human beings, go check it out, man. And that boy is a dog, man. I didn't even know he had a fractured wrist. Matter of fact, no one knew other than the team at the time, and he was still, you knew his game was off. You'd be like, how's he missing? Like, what is going on? Like, something wasn't right. Like, and we just chalked it up to saying like, they just must have played really good defense. They were double, tripling them, pinning them down. They were doing a lot of stuff. Dude's playing hurt. And I'm not saying that's an excuse. I know some people were like, even Celtics fans were like, oh, this is no excuse, blah, blah, blah. You should have just passed the ball. Listen, look, man. Yeah, man.
Here's my thing. I really find it hard to feel bad for somebody when after the fact they claim that they had an injury. Like, listen, you play through the injury, that's fine. Either disclose it at that time or don't bitch about it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't say it 3 days after they lost.
We didn't even
fucking know for months.
Like, I don't even think he was going to say it. I think because I think it was the question asked.
Yeah.
Like, were you playing with an injury? And then I think he just undisclosed it. But I don't think he ever was going to tell anybody other than the team. And like he said, he would ice it up. He would get the cortisone shots, and he would go out there and play just like every player does.
Yeah,
like every player does it.
If it's a playable injury, then you got to play with it.
For sure. But we're talking about basketball players, bro, and fractured wrists, man. Like motherfuckers can't shoot with a fractured wrist. That's damn near him. When you're a shooter, you need wrists. I would think. So he played through it. I give him Iron Man credit. He's not copping out saying and taking an excuse saying this is why we lost. They lost because they just got beat. Flat out.
That's like a kicker. That's like a kicker kicking with a broken foot.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right.
And here's the thing. I don't dislike Jason Tatum. I like Jason Tatum, actually. I just think there's such a Jason Tatum hype train thing in the NBA. Like Jason Tatum's people claim that Jason Tatum's one. There's some people that say he's one of the 5 best players in the league.
He is, bro.
That's not Jason. That's not Jason Tatum's fault. You're like blaming him.
No, it's like I said, I don't dislike
he's a top 5 player.
But I think there's a narrative around Jason Tatum, and people cultivate that narrative just like they did LeBron all these years.
But LeBron was the guy. LeBron was the guy. All right, name your top 5 NBA players.
The top 5 NBA players, like right now.
Fuck yeah. Now
Steph, Embiid, Durant.
Embiid.
you got Embiid over Jason Tatum.
Absolutely,
He's high.
You're talking about a motherfucker that's hurt 30 games every season.
Listen, I mean,
There's no fucking listen. Fuck that. Don't tell me to listen. You just got mad at Tatum with a broken wrist playing in the NBA final and then talking about it several months later. But a guy that plays on the limb misses 30 games a year.
Well,
this big motherfucker gets a break every season.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Yo, don't do that to Nico,
penalty
man.
box, motherfucker!
Don't do
Dude,
that
I
to
gotta tell
Nico.
you,
Oh.
Listen,
No, Breezy, this is
listen.
on you. This penalty box is on
But
you.
answer my question though, guys. We're talking about, and no disrespect to Joel Embiid because he's probably the top center in the league, right? Arguably, Jokic, maybe. Who's better? I don't know. Jokic. Okay, so you got Jokic. Then
Jokic every day over Embiid.
mainly because he stays healthy, and then Embiid, right? I would say Embiid is the second best center in the league.
That's fair.
But my point to Nico was, I get, and this is not me on a Jason Tatum, train or whatever. I'm just looking at it, this kid, like when given the opportunity, can go and just drop like 50, 60 a night if he want. If Jason Tatum was the only option on this team, shit. Can you imagine what it would be like?
Yeah.
Listen, Tatum, there was something wrong. Like, you can't sit here and say
That's what I'm
people were
saying,
that Tatum
John.
looks like he's tired.
Take my
He's been
glasses off so
carrying
I
this
can hear
team the entire playoffs. Like, to find out that Tatum had Nick, don't talk. To find out that Tatum had an injury in his wrist, that's entirely like bro, that tidbit of information explains to me everything I needed to know on the downfall of Jason Tatum through the finals, bro.
It justifies it, right? It makes
justifies every bit of it.
It
Don't listen to
clarifies
this
the
guy.
stuff.
I was saying,
Go ahead, Nico.
I was saying Joel Embiid as terms of just a player. If you want to include injuries, that's fine. But my whole point is, I think Jaylen Brown is just as good as Jason Tatum. I think he's just as good. And yet, if you were to say Jaylen Brown is a top 10 player, people will look at you fucking crazy.
I would say that Jaylen Brown is a top 15 player because
even that, people will look at you like you're crazy. They'll be like, "Oh, he's a Boston guy."
No, but the thing is with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, the issue is that they can get off, but the issue is they just lack the playmaking person on their team. So when you get look at these other teams, right? Embiid is just bigger than everybody else. He gets the mismatches. He can size people down, score whatever. So you expect your 30 from Embiid, right? But they can't win if they don't have another complimentary piece to help Embiid out. And same thing with Jokic, He's the best center in the league, but they're not going to ever win unless they get their pieces intact. And for Boston, Tatum, in my opinion, Tatum can drop 40 a night easily.
So could Jaylen Brown.
No.
Yeah, he could.
No. I don't think Jaylen can drop 40 a night, bro. He's guardable. Jason Tatum can be unguardable.
I actually think so. Jason Tatum, I actually think he's more of a skill player.
More of a skill player. I like what I think I know where you're going with this.
He has more weapons, but I think Jaylen Brown's more of a dog.
Okay,
I think Jaylen Brown will will himself to get.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I get it. I see that. I see Jaylen Brown saying, "F you, team. I'm going to the hole. I'm going to get a foul. I'm going to get this bucket. I'm going to hurt myself."
Times.
Yes. Tatum, on the other hand, is more of a business decision type of a player, right? Yeah. But he has more tools in his tool belt. Therefore, Tatum is the better guy. He has the higher ceiling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like Tatum would get he would drop like a Kevin Durant 40, and Jaylen Brown's got to scrap his way to like a Jimmy Butler 40. If that makes sense.
Right.
There's no finesse to him getting to 40. I like both of them, to be honest with you.
This is fun.
I like.
I don't
both
get a
of
chance
them.
to talk basketball. This is so fun.
I
Bryson Sutfeld.
That's why I love
I
to
think
bring you on, brother, because
Jaylen
we
Brown
rant
is one of the
about
most
whatever you
underrated
want.
players in the league, and I just think, and I think
I don't
Jason
disagree
Tatum
with you.
among the most overrated players in the league for that reason, because I think they're about equal.
I just
think
don't
they're both
understand.
around 15.
I don't understand how you can call Tatum overrated.
Because I think he's around the 15th best player.
15.
Oh my God, bro! Get the fuck
I need
out!
14 then. I'm no timeouts. No timeouts, Nico. You got 2 minutes. I need 14.
Can I look at a list and tell you?
You got 2 minutes. I'm putting the clock on. You got 2 minutes. I need 14 players.
Right,
and I think I got to about 10 o'clock. So we gonna have a show.
Go ahead, buddy.
Good.
All right. So
Because we're glad to have you, bro.
Do we need to give him more than 2 minutes? Do you need more than 2 minutes?
So I think Steph, LeBron, Durant, Giannis. I wouldn't put Harden there at this point. Luka, yes. Jimmy Butler, yes. Nikola Jokic, yes. I would put a healthy Dame Lillard above him. Joel Embiid, yes.
But that's not fair. Give me a healthy Tatum. Sorry,
Kawhi Leonard, healthy Kawhi, I would put there. Paul George, probably right around the same.
Get the fuck out, dude. Paul George is not better than
Kyrie Irving, when he's motivated, yes, he's better.
No,
You can't
bro.
say when he's motivated. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo,
LeBron when he's 23.
He's healthy. Look, yo, you got mad stipulations, bro. I said right fucking now, give me your top 14 players better than
I don't
Jason.
even know how many players I put down. Did I even put
Lillard, if he grows a foot, if Lillard grows a foot, like, shut the fuck
Listen,
up.
Lillard is not an injury-prone player. He had an abdominal
He's
injury last
injured
night.
every time they
So
make
it's
the
okay
He was
for
out all year
Lillard
last
to have an
year.
abdominal
All last
injury.
Is a better player than Jason Tatum.
So it's okay for him to have an abdominal injury, but it's not okay for Tatum to have a wrist
At some point
injury.
in time, Tatum's going to have some type of injury that he's going to have to take time out for.
I just want to put this out there that Jason Tatum in the playoffs averaged 25.6 points with a fucked up wrist. And he's not copping out, motherfuckers. I want y'all to understand he not once sat out. He played every fucking game, just about every minute. What John was saying was he couldn't figure out why Tatum was off. None of us could. And all Tatum did,
bro.
right? And this is why Bomber is saying he's wish-washy, because shit was going on. First of all, you're talking about a player that had a very bad experience last year with COVID. Like the shit tried to take him out. Like literally, he had to come back, get his win back. Celtics went on a crazy February. You remember that? They went on a crazy February spree on some like baseball run shit. Yo, we about to do some Atlanta Brave shit right now. We just gonna suck and then take over and push the button. That's what they did. That's why they ended up in the playoffs. That's why they ended up in the finals. I'm not saying Tatum did not say, yo, we lost because of this wrist injury. He's just saying, I had a wrist injury during the playoffs when I fell to the fucking ground going for a ball. I re-injured my wrist. It was fractured. I took cortisone shots and I kept playing. That's all he said. Why are we saying he's wish-washy? Why are we saying he's overrated? It's over 25 a night in the playoffs is overrated. Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's not me.
No, I'm reading the chat too. I got two eyes. I'll be looking at y'all, looking at the chat at the same time. It's weird. Hold on. Let me get Steph Curry's stats in the playoffs as well, because he had one bad fucking game, but nobody talks about that because they won. That was your timer. I just want to get his playoff.
A lot of things.
Hold on. Let me get the playoffs. Stats Muse. That's where I go to get my stuff, man.
Me
Shout
too.
out to
I got
Stats
him.
Muse.
I got
All
him.
right. So in the playoffs, he averaged 1.3 more points. Get the fuck out. All y'all can kiss my ass.
Dude, I gotta tell you, like it's crazy, Nick, because you had a chance to name 14 players that you felt were better than Tatum, and you had context with about 7. Like I can't. You can't do that. There's no context. You can't say
all those contexts. You can toss them because even without the context, I think they're better.
How many of those players averaged over 38 points? How many of those players averaged over 38 points?
John, hold
on.
on.
No player averages over 38 points.
Nick.
What was Tatum's average this season?
Tatum was a 28 point average, I
Okay,
think.
28 points.
He averaged 26.9. I'm sorry.
How many 40 burgers did he put up this past season?
That I'll have to look up because he put up plenty, a few over plenty. I don't know off the top of my head.
The thing about Tatum is that you can't say that he doesn't have weapons around him. That boy can use. He facilitates, but he is the LeBron of the Boston
Yes,
Celtics.
he got better in his assists this year, and so his assists went up, which is something that we said that Tatum needed to do.
Conference, as a Cavs fan in the Eastern Conference, I've watched Tatum grow in every aspect in the last 6 seasons. I've watched it. I know what's happening in Boston. That February that Breezie's talking about, they won like a 38-game streak.
It was crazy, yo. It was
unreal. Jaylen Brown played pretty good those games too.
Oh, you keep going Jaylen Brown, bro. You keep talking Jaylen Brown.
No. He's right though. Nico's right, but I want to hear Tony's question. But Nico is right. Jaylen Brown was the perfect complementary piece. It was like this. Jaylen Brown would go off for 3 quarters, and then Tatum would have the 4th quarter. That's how they worked. That's how that run went, right? And then guys started kind of like getting banged up. Go ahead, Tony. I want to hear what your question is.
Nick, who is your favorite player in the NBA?
Ooh,
Damian Lillard.
What injury took Damian Lillard out of the playoffs for like 2 years in a row?
Don't you say wrist. I'll lose my cool.
It might be wrist.
Fucking wrist, bro.
No, it was not a wrist injury.
There are different levels of wrist injuries.
Wrist is wrist. We're talking about shooters.
Yeah,
I saw a timeout, bro.
First of all,
yeah. See you later.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
I'm sorry, Nico.
Yo, Tony, who gets to sponsor that? Who gets to sponsor that penalty box? I'm giving that to JT. JT. Breezie sponsored the first one.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, bro. That like you should have never said it was the wrist, though.
Yeah, fucked his wrist up. Two playoffs in a row. It took him out of the playoffs.
I'm trying to tell you how important the wrist is to basketball players.
And this guy's talking shit about and
Bomber
that's his favorite
T.
player.
I gotta, dude. Are you trolling right now, bro? Because
he's not.
Tatum
trolling.
doesn't try to emulate anyone, bro. If he's emulating anyone, is it Tatum's? Didn't he look up to LeBron?
No, it's Kobe. So Tatum is.
Oh, that's right. It is Kobe. It's Kobe.
Tatum is
right.
he does. I tell you what though, that Kobe fadeaway he got is ridiculous. And if Tatum doesn't have a wrist injury, I would be scared. I would want to know what it's like when Tatum doesn't have the wrist injury, and usually his shots are on. So that's why I keep saying, like, I don't think Tatum is overrated. I get what Nico is saying about Jaylen Brown. I love Jaylen Brown. I don't get it twisted, but I think Jason Tatum, because he has more tools than Jaylen Brown, he has the higher ceiling. He's the overall better player. And his point says that he's the overall better player. He has better assists, more points. He's just the overall better player, right? And he draws
down defender.
I would say that Jaylen Brown is more of an on-ball lockdown defender, but Tatum got more blocks. He's got a factor. That's not fair. You can't listen. All right. Tatum is an underrated defender. How about that?
He might be.
He's an underrated defender, but he gets blocks. He's on top, like he's playing defense. It's just that Brown has the energy and the quicker get off, I guess, to get around on the perimeter. But I watch Brown watch guys go right by him.
Now is probably the good time to tell Wayne Breezie why Nick loves Jaylen Brown so much. Can we just go ahead and disclose this?
Listen,
he's on his fantasy dynasty basketball team.
Oh,
that's why he's obsessed with this guy.
And you're mad when he doesn't get the ball. So let me tell you,
I draft a lot of guys. But the guys who do well and
that's where all this is coming.
Jaylen Brown pissed me off for the first 20 games of the NBA last year because he was injured. Nico, I know you know that, right?
Are we going to sit here and act like KD going to Boston wasn't going to cost Jaylen Brown?
Oh, it was. Speaking of that,
sit here and pretend like Jaylen Brown wasn't going to be a trade piece?
Oh, he absolutely was a trade piece. But let's transfer into that because I'll spend every minute of this on the Celtics. So KD is going to be a Brooklyn Net, and now Kyrie wants to play for the Nets again. What the fuck?
What happened in California? What happened in California today that made those
The tax
guys?
bracket.
What happened that made those guys magically all want to stay together and everything is perfect again in Brooklyn? What is going on?
Because the compensation for KD would cost you an entire squad. You're going to give up capital, draft capital. Yep. You're going to give up two studs on every backcourt. Bro, nobody's going to make that trade.
Brooklyn was asking for players' unborn children, bro. They wanted all. They was like, yo, I need Tatum's third next child. I need Jaylen Brown. I need Marcus Smart. They just wanted everything. Yeah. And it just didn't happen. It just wasn't going to go down.
KD's contract was not in KD's favor to ask to get traded.
Thank you.
Never going anywhere.
Thank you. Nobody was taking on that money, bro.
I mean,
maybe that's
it was 4 years, and he was getting like $24 million a year or so. Let me look at this guy's contract. It was ridiculous.
But it's not even just that. Like the Nets have you under contract. The Nets rule your destiny.
God,
you can't start doing that shit till you have like 2 years left. Maybe.
Bro, this guy got $198 million in 2021, and he signed the 2026. You do the math. I ain't doing the math. That's a lot of
compensation. Breezy, we talked about this. I remember you touching base on this.
That's
the
a lot.
Compensation for KD was going to sink a franchise. It was going to cost them.
He was getting $48 million a year. Jesus Christ.
Who's going to invest that, bro?
A young it would have had to be a team like the Jazz, Memphis, okay. Like just a team with like not a lot of assets that are costing them a lot of money right now. They'll take on this contract, but Katie don't want to play no damn Utah.
And it ain't going to be a small market team either. So don't shake your head about Portland over there, Nick.
Portland's going to be just fine this year.
Yeah, I think you should have.
Are you a Portland fan? Or are you just a Damian Lillard fan? Oh, okay.
Listen, I'm more of a Damian Lillard fan. Damian Lillard was my favorite player when I had to renounce my Cavs fandom. I chose the Portland Trailblazers because Damian Lillard was on there. Although I'm not too happy with the Portland Trailblazers leadership at this point.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it looks like they're going to be an organization that's ruled by the dollar, not necessarily trying to build a winning franchise.
I just feel like players don't want to play in Portland, bro. Who did they have to complement Damian Lillard?
Well, they got Anthony Simons,
Jerian Grant,
who's going to fill the.
They got Grant now.
Yeah, they got Grant. I'm actually not happy about that.
Why not?
Grant's a good player, dude.
I don't think he's good.
Fuck. Did you watch any of the Detroit Pistons games?
Both sides of the ball, buddy.
If he's willing to accept a lesser role and not trying to be a 25-point scorer, then I think he'll fit fine. I think he'll be able to settle into that Covington role.
Okay, I get where you're going. Last season he struggled because he was coming off the injury. He didn't have a good season last season. I'm going off the season before. So I think I get where you're going with this. He's gonna have to accept the role because he's playing with Dame time. They got
one of my favorite players, Josh Hart. They got last year.
Oh, Josh Hart. Okay.
They still have Jusuf Nurkic. They got a couple other guys. I just can't remember who they are. They got another center who's fine.
Whiteside.
They drafted Shaedon Sharpe. No, it's not Whiteside. They drafted this guy Shaedon Sharpe. Who apparently it's kind of a mystery how good he is. He looked like shit when he played in the summer league. But apparently he was like the number 1 rated player coming out of high school a year ago.
All right.
But he never actually played in any of the NBA Ignite or any type of professional basketball during that time.
Yeah, I got you.
I think you guys got Gary Payton II, no?
Nah, he's on the Warriors, isn't he?
I think he moved on after the championship.
Are you
I believe
serious?
he went to Portland.
He might have actually.
Let's look it up. Shit, we got computers. Here we go. Gary.
I honestly believe that. I can't remember. Brandon would know.
No. He's on the Portland Trailblazers.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, I'll be double damn darned.
Tony, you know what?
Breezie.
Last
They're
with.
gonna be all right.
Could you imagine if Breezie played Myrtle with us?
What's Myrtle? Is that the game that you play online?
That's
I'm
Larry
thinking of Wordle. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Wordle.
Larry Birdle, where they show a silhouette of an NBA player.
Yes, I've played.
That.
Yeah, that shit is hard. I'm good.
So we do it on NF. We do the football version of the NFL, Breezie.
Let's do it right now. Share the screen.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm just warning you. This could be a rabbit hole that you can't climb out of.
Listen, bro. these get addictive. I'm playing this game on my phone called it's not Words with Friends, but it's made by the same company. It's called Word Connect. I literally fall asleep playing this game every night, and when I wake up, the shit is just ready for me to continue. It's just you trying to figure out, like they give you like 5 or 6 letters, and you got to spell as many words as you can with those letters. Shit is official, man. That's just got me addicted, and they almost got you spending money. So be careful when you fall asleep. You might click on the wrong button and then pay for some coins or something.
All right, let's see.
They also have Nasir Little, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson.
You guys got Justice Winslow? Okay.
Joe Ingles.
So the key, I saw Bomber T. He said the reason why. Let me see if I can find it. He said you can have all the talent on a team, but it doesn't matter. The Warriors were coached better, disciplined, and executed better. Celtics have no excuse, and I don't think you guys were coached better. I would say that the Warriors had more experience. And so when you have a core group of players with MVPs and championship experience, usually it resonates into wins. And even though the Celtics went up, they were hot at the very beginning. I think that championship caliber mindset from a Curry, from a Draymond Green, from a oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? The other guy, the other Splash brother, Thompson from Klay Thompson, and then you factor in the youth and the athleticism from a Gary Payton, from when you factor all that in, it just ended up working in your favor. If you go and look at the Celtics' depth, you guys won because of depth. And I'm not saying that the Warriors didn't deserve to win. They absolutely did. You guys were the better team. You will always hear that come out of my mouth. But I just think the Celtics laid down, man. Honestly, I thought they were fried. I thought they ran out of gas, they ran out of energy, and they were just pure fried, toasted, and they had nothing left in the tank. You guys took advantage of it. It's like that race. It's like a race, like a marathon. You guys ran the marathon. You were more prepared to run the marathon better than the Celtics. You guys ended up the winners, and kudos to the Warrior fans. I never take shots at the Warrior fans. I don't think I hate a team in the NBA other than the Lakers. But when it comes to that series, that championship matchup, man, it's hard to beat a championship-minded Steph Curry. It really is, especially when you don't have the opposing player with that same mindset. Tatum wants to be a champion, but he's not one. Steph Curry's a 3-time champion, right? 4-time champion, I guess. I don't know. So that's the difference, man. Yeah, 4-time.
Okay. Nick, who we got here, buddy? Can you see this on the screen, everyone?
All right, we're doing an NFL. You got to guess the silhouette.
Oh shit! I pulled up the Larry Birdle, which is NBA.
Please switch this to NFL because
John, you got the NFL one. I don't even know that the NFL one is.
I'm trying to remember.
They want to hear some football. They want to hear some football.
What the hell was that one called?
I got news for you. If Roby Anderson comes up, you'll know it right away.
Because he got the sideshow Bob braids, man. You ever watch The Simpsons? Remember Sideshow Bob? He got that
Yup.
hair.
Uh,
He's got that hair.
Bomber, I
Well,
actually agree with you. Steve Kerr made wonderful coaching adjustments in that series, and
Okay.
and I think he had a lot to do with with that victory in that series. I think
That's fair.
his coaching was actually underrated in that series.
Yeah, I mean,
John,
like I
what'd you
said,
find?
those players,
trying to
man.
remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it.
That's all right,
Type
man.
in-
Breezy doesn't have that much more time with us.
Yeah, I got about 5 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. I would have loved to have played
It's all
that
good.
game.
Dude, we play it once in a while, bro. We'll bring you in on another one, bro. It's a good time. We crack up, man.
We'll have to get Breezy on our Kahoot.
Oh,
Oh,
Have you Kahooted yet, Breezy?
not with you guys, but I know what Kahoot is about. I mean, I'm a school teacher. That's all. That was my every
That's
Wednesday.
it. That's exactly right.
That's exactly what it is.
That was my every Wednesday, yo. It was Kahoot Wednesday and Quiz is Wednesday. We did online. You know, I opened them up with a little Kahoot challenge. It was like a winner take all. So like if you won, you get to pick the Kahoot for the next week, like the topic or whatever. And then I would quiz them on whatever we did in class. But yeah, Kahoot
I think
is
we're gonna
shit.
start doing some Kahoots on the channel and having our watchers go on and
Yeah.
participate in the Kahoots and
You
see
know
who
what?
takes home the prize.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That's
Yeah,
sweet,
let's
right?
plan
So,
that.
so JT wants to talk NFL. So Baker Mayfield was named starter at
For the Panthers.
right? So
We knew that though,
being
right?
said,
We knew
yes,
that was
we
gonna
did.
happen.
I think we knew that. But what are they going to do? What are they going to do with Donald? Is he going to sit there? Donald's just going to sit there on the roster, bro?
What
Darnold's
can
no
they?
good.
You
Where
said
the
he's
fuck
no
is he
good?
gonna? Where's he gonna go? Where's he
He's
gonna
gonna.
go?
Where's he gonna go?
I
They
mean,
have the
there's
Got
nowhere
nowhere
that
to
he
go.
can go.
They no, because they have to eat. Like wherever they go, they got to pay his contract. Right? He's guaranteed.
Yeah.
They signed the 5th year option, so he's guaranteed like 20 plus million. So who's gonna pay 20 plus million for Sam Darnold?
Nobody.
I'll
you
tell you
wanna
what.
trade
I wish Havoc was on the show because I think there's a quarterback controversy brewing down there in Tennessee with the Titans. If you're
Oh,
watching
Malik
any of
Willis.
this, if you guys
Yo.
are watching this preseason, that kid is super exciting to watch.
Yo.
They stole him. They absolutely stole him.
Malik Willis he's gonna ball out in the NFL.
I think we knew Malik Willis was going to be something special. Though,
Well,
wasn't it?
apparently they didn't. Apparently NFL executives didn't know it because they let him drop to the 3rd round.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to
we
take
as
a chance on the
viewers
type of
thought that was
quarterback he was.
crazy, though.
Yeah,
Breezy, weren't you
because
surprised that Malik Willis dropped to the 3rd round?
a lot of viewers are smarter than NFL executives.
His
NFL
draft stock
executives
wasn't
are the
3rd
people in the
round.
world. What's that?
His draft stock wasn't 3rd round.
Because draft stock was, some people were saying he was going to go top 10.
That's what
Some
we
people were
thought.
saying he was going to be the number 1 quarterback drafted. And the guy falls all the way to the 3rd round for what? Why? Like, listen, I get it. Small school, not a tremendous amount of success at that small school. But, like, when I criticized the 49ers for drafting Trey Lance, it wasn't because they drafted Trey Lance. It was because they gave up so much to draft Trey Lance. I would have no problem them drafting with his first pick.
Breezy, before you head out, I got a couple people in the chat up earlier in the chat saying, "Wow, I really like this guy. Where can I see him?" So I want you to let everyone know where they could find you. I'm sure 90% of our subscribers are from you being on the show, but the other 10% I see them asking. So shout yourself out, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Listen, guys, I'm right here on YouTube, so you can go to type in Wayne Breezy, and I'm sure the channel should pop up. But it's Wayne Breezy, man, spelled just like that right there on the bottom. There it is. Boom. Right there. I always get it mixed up. So if you go to Wayne Breezy, it should pop up, man. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the like button on this broadcast right now. All right. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. That's super important. Somebody had said something and I wanted to address it because I was looking at it, but I fucking missed it because I'm all over. Oh, they asked me what grade did I teach. I taught 12th graders, seniors, and 11th and 12th grade was where I was. And I taught, I'm no longer teaching, guys. So I'm taking a break from the education world and I'm focusing on my music and my content creating. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I could use your support. I would appreciate that.
JT,
Yo, for everybody that
down
doesn't
there, buddy.
know, so Wayne here is a phenomenal singer. He used to put his shows on Twitch, but it got shut down for whatever reason. I
Yo,
don't know
remember
what
that
happened.
shit, yo?
Those Friday nights
Yo,
were
we was
so
like-
fire, bro.
We were mid
Oh my
performance,
God.
and then Twitch was like, "Nah, son." Bam, copyrights. I was like, "Okay."
They were so good.
Never
These
again.
guys have no idea. But Breezy's pretty popular, bro, out in the Connecticut area, bro. He gets to perform at weddings all over the place. He's part of a pretty big group. Are you still running around with that band that I saw
Yes,
in Brooklyn?
Matter of fact, that's what I was doing right now. I just got a text message from one of the producers. Was like, "Hey, Breezy, I'm gonna up your pay for this weekend," and I was like, "Cool." And then he gave me like an extra job to do, and I was like, "Oh, fuck that, yo! I don't want to do that, yo, because it's like I gotta do this, and this. Something gonna be lacking. I can tell you right now."
Breezy, name that. What is it? What's the arrow? What is it?
The Silver Arrow Band. I guarantee you can find this band in every state, city in the world. Just type in Silver Arrow. I might not be there, but we're a collective group of musicians and singers that play all around the world, and we come to a wedding near you.
I'll be honest. If
man.
I got the Silver Arrows and I didn't get Breezy, I'd be really pissed off.
Oh, you just request it, and I'll be here, bro.
I ain't getting those Silver Arrows without a fucking Breezy.
No one sings this song, yo. I'm like, this is one of the greatest ballads of all time, and people are scared to sing this Whitney Houston version of the song.
If you ever like watch,
it's off limits.
If you ever watch those like shows like America's Got Talent or something, they'll always be like, "Oh,
right, right." That's it. But listen, guys, I gotta go jump on. We got the Nothing But Niners show that's about to come on right now. So when you guys are finished here on the Locker Room Rant, come and join the Nothing But Niners show. Type it in, boom, pop it up on your screen, man. Hope to see you guys over there.
All right,
Breezy, always a pleasure. Thank you, brother.
Always,
you guys,
man.
man.
Thank you for jumping on.
This better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. This better have my money.
You got that bop.
Always a good time. Always a good
time.
time. My God,
Gentlemen.
it's like
What
as
a
soon
night,
as he
bro.
signs
It's a good
off,
time.
it's like as soon as he signs off our show, it's like those Death Eaters from Harry Potter came in and just sucked the life out of the show. Like, oh fuck! Now we gotta talk to each other. Now we gotta talk to Nick.
It's cold. It's dark.
It
Roy
just-
boy,
really
what's up,
did.
family?
It got
Sucked up the
cold.
world.
It got cold in
Roy
here.
boy, good to see you, family. Thanks for jumping on with us, my man. I appreciate you joining us tonight. Yo, I gotta tell you guys, with all things said, I just, if you guys want to run back to preseason, Nick, your last preseason game, you want to
Hold
cover
on,
it?
John.
You wanna talk about it?
John. I gotta say something. I have to say something. I gotta get this off my chest.
All right.
I do a lot of shit talking. This is like something you guys like, not even John and Nick know about. I do a lot of shit talking on Bleacher Report. Okay, I like way more than I should. I do a lot of shit talking on Bleacher Report, and then when people pipe up back at me, my boy JT Campbell over here like comes to my defense. He's like my bodyguard on Bleacher Report. It's fucking awesome. It is awesome, and people are like, whoa, this dude must be right if this JT guy that doesn't even know him, some stranger, is sticking up for him. It is fucking awesome. I just want to shout that out, JT.
Shout out to JT, bro.
Thank you for being the Locker Room Rant bodyguard on Bleacher Report. Go ahead, Nick.
So I mean, I watched the game. It was fine. Josh Dobbs. Listen, Josh Dobbs looks really good. And like I said, you take preseason with a grain of salt. And not every team's playing their players. Most teams aren't. But you can tell Josh Dobbs knows how to play quarterback. You can tell he knows what decisions to make. You can tell that he has the skills to play it. I would be happy if Dobbs played. That being said, we haven't seen Brissett yet. We're probably going to see him in the next game. They're saying we're rolling Brissett, so I got to trust them. That being said, I'm not necessarily the most trustworthy of NFL coaches, especially Stefanski. I question his judgment at sometimes, but Josh Dobbs looks good. The running backs on the Browns look absolutely phenomenal. Jerome Ford looks like he'd be a starting running back for any team. It just so happens that the Browns have two or three really good running backs.
So does he beat Al Johnson or no?
Honestly, Johnson's good. Johnson's experienced. But if you're talking to me who flashes more talent, I would say Ford.
Wow. What school did Ford go to?
Ford went to Cincinnati. First of all, he went to Alabama, but couldn't quite crack the squad, so he transferred to Cincinnati. I think he led the NCAA in touchdowns last year. I could be wrong about that, but I know he was one of the best running backs in the NCAA. One of the reasons why they got to where they went.
JT, I like CMC, but brother, I got to be honest with you. CMC is not a running back that I'm drafting. I'm staying away from CMC, dude. In a 17-week season, you can't trust this guy to stay healthy for longer than 7 weeks.
JT Campbell, I respect you as Tony's locker room rant bodyguard, but CMC couldn't touch the jock strap of any of the Browns' top 2 running backs. Both Kareem Hunt and
okay. I'm saying that he can't touch the jock strap. That's a little. Tony, I haven't seen CMC stay healthy since he hasn't strung together a few healthy seasons since 2019. That being said, I don't agree with Nick that he can't reach the jock strap. I just think that, first of all, I'm just saying that CMC is not a running back that I'm drafting. Unless I can handcuff, I'll get his name, dude. I'm drawing blank. You have two running backs right now that are studs that I would handcuff with CMC.
CMC was on a team that all his teams always have sucked. They've always been devout of talent. He's been the only good player on their offense. So they basically game plan their offense around CMC. The Browns don't have to do that. The Browns have a decent team. They don't have to game plan their entire offense around Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt. They have the luxury of not doing that.
Wow. Maybe you guys don't know who's winning that division.
Oh, no. It's Chuba Hubbard and Foreman. Chuba Hubbard and Foreman. I would, if I could draft CMC and Chuba Hubbard, that would be my tandem. If I had to take two running backs from the Panthers, I would take Chuba Hubbard and CMC. Because I know CMC's not going to make it 7 weeks.
Tell you what.
I mean,
if he does.
If he does, then, look, all I'm saying is that CMC hasn't put together a healthy season since I think it was 2019. I could be wrong.
You could say that about like 25 of the running backs in the NFL.
Yeah, running backs.
Chubb got hurt. Chubb was hurt last year. So was Hunt. Elijah Mitchell. Every running back on your roster for the last 6 years has been hurt, John. You know these things.
Yes, but I'm saying CMC's missed. Look, bro, I'm not saying you're wrong, but CMC has missed a consecutive. I mean, I think it was only relevant for like 23 out of 33 game. Dude, it was like 28 out of 33, bro. He missed
over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I think if
that's a lot, Tony.
I think if they were competitive, in either of those years, well, I shouldn't say the year before. If they were competitive last year, he would have returned from his injury and played. I remember he was healthy on the sidelines, not playing. They still put Hubbard in there. So I don't know what I think they had no choice. They were done. They were done, out of contention. They sucked, and they were like, you know what? Why risk this guy getting injured when he can come into next season fully healthy? I'm hoping that this guy can get another healthy season, because if he does, lights out, man. This guy is unbelievable. You guys know this. The guy's unbelievable.
I'm still reluctant, bro. It's nothing against JT, bro. It's nothing against Christian McCaffrey. It's one of those things, bro. I'm not the only one that believes that Christian McCaffrey is not a lock for fantasy. He's one of those guys that you put over here with Henry,
he's not a bell cow running back. He's not a guy that you hand the ball off. He's not a guy that you hand the ball off to and run him up the middle 25 times a game. He's not that guy.
I disagree. That's not
they
true.
did.
He's a phenomenal pass catching back.
They manufacture their offense to just get him the ball in space. That's it. That's all they do.
Roy boy, you're a good man.
Hey,
happy belated birthday to you, Roy boy. Happy belated birthday to you, brother.
There's some respect to that.
We got a birthday. We got a birthday. Hold on, Nick. We got a birthday. Whose birthday? Whose birthday? Who was it?
Roy boy.
Roy boy.
My man's in Michigan. Northern.
Oh, yo, ho, happy birthday, yo, ho, happy birthday, yo, ho, happy birthday to you.
What the fuck was that? Did we practice this?
That was sick. That was so sick. That was
wow.
Nick. You were right. That was the one.
Did you guys practice that one?
Funnier to me, but that one was better for the show.
Yeah, that one was definitely show worthy.
I'm really glad we got one we get to. I'm really happy that we get to practice that. Happy belated birthday to you, Roy.
That was on the fly.
That was on the fly, John. I don't know if you know this, but that needed no practice whatsoever.
Good for you, bro. Cheers.
Holy shit! No, what is he?
Okay,
That was
anyway,
just. That was just a bunch of pirates, is he? Not from SpongeBob.
All right, so
Nothing to do with
Tony,
anything else.
Tony,
Yo,
did you happen to catch the 49ers Vikings preseason game by any chance?
I'll tell you what. I've watched every single 49ers regular season last year, preseason last year, because I wanted to see Trey. I caught the Packers game this year. This was the first 49ers game because we were on vacation, traveling.
Yeah,
and
that's
all that
right.
bullshit.
That's right. That's right.
But this was the first 49ers game that I missed, and I checked the stats, obviously for Trey, and I saw that he didn't play, so I wasn't too pissed off that I missed this one.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you guys. Did you guys know that San Francisco drafted Mr. Irrelevant? He was the last pick of the draft. Brock Purdy from Iowa, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have a guy named Nate Sutfeld who played for Philly. San Francisco picked him up here, and we actually gave him a contract for some cash. Not a ton, but good. I got to be honest with you, man. And when I tell you guys this, like, I am very confident in the quarterback room in San Francisco. These are two guys that not a lot of people are going to bat their heads at, but I am pretty impressed with what they've done. Like, I'm pretty confident in Nate Sudfeld. Throws a great ball. Dude's a tower. I mean, he's so tall. I don't even know. He's like 6'6", 6'7". I don't know. He's crazy tall, right? Brock Purdy's 6'1". Kind of reminds me of Baker Mayfield, believe it or not. The comparison is Baker Mayfield on the field, not off the field. Okay. On the field, pretty good decision maker. Both have good pocket awareness. I'm happy with the quarterback room in San Francisco. I just don't know if we keep I'm worried that Brock Purdy doesn't make this roster. I don't know, man. I want three quarterbacks.
You got three quarterbacks.
Nick, you and I discussed this, and you said, what happens if your second goes down? And I said, I don't know, man. We have a lot of talent, and I'm afraid that Brock doesn't make it. I'm afraid he doesn't make it. But I like the kid. Like, I really like the kid.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
You think there's any chance?
I wanted you guys to watch. I wanted you guys to watch that game. I wanted you guys to see it. Maybe catch some highlights of it. And Nick would actually watch it with me, so he would actually give me an honest opinion. But I was happy. I was happy.
Yeah, I got to be honest. If we have to see either one of those guys for your team this year, you're fucked.
I'm not, Tony. I really disagree. I think that they could fill in for a few weeks. I really believe it.
I don't really see a scenario where any backup quarterback.
I mean,
maybe
your backup
I
is
don't
ideal for a few weeks.
Well, I'm saying if it's more than a few weeks, you might as well just stop watching the games. You know what I mean? You already know from 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah. From how fucked up 2020 was. I mean, just when your stud goes down, if a stud goes down, it's you might as well just start following, hoping your fantasy team does good.
Tony,
so
I really am confident. I'm confident. I
yeah,
mean
but hopefully, John, hopefully, let's like we don't have to fucking see those guys, and they will not matter, right?
Yes, but we're playing a game that has 100% chance of injury. So yes, like I'm confident in my quarterback room. I believe it, dude. I believe that for a couple of weeks they could hold down the fort. I mean that. I mean it. I think they're good enough to keep us in a game. And I mean, my fellow Niner fans are here in the chat. They could back it up.
You know what,
really
Izzy?
am not.
Izzy, you're 100% right. That is, I take it back, and I will see you in 30 seconds.
Tony's out. This one's sponsored by Izzy.
So is Jet York?
Goodbye, motherfucker!
The question I have with the 49ers is Jet York playing chicken? Or is he serious?
Oh, you're talking about where he said he was okay with keeping Jimmy on.
You got
that.
You guys got 7 days to make this decision.
I don't know, Nick. It's like, look, you know what? What is he supposed to say? You know, Mariah had this, Mariah on her show with TL, they mentioned this. You know what? She said, what is he supposed to say? What should he say? Ultimately, we know it's Kyle's decision. It's Kyle and John's decision. You know? But Jed York just happened to say that he's okay with it. The Yorks are very big number 10 fans. They are. That being said, it's still he's not going to be a 49er, bro. He's not going to be a 49er.
I mean, there's 7 days till that isn't a fruition. It has to happen by August 30th.
So
he'll
be traded or cut.
Here's the thing: if he isn't cut and he does stay on the team, I can't imagine if Trey Lance were to get dinged up or something that they're going to Sutfeld or Brock Purdy.
Listen, that's the shit. That's shit that these guys have to say in order to spice up talks about someone going and getting him. We're comfortable. We're fine. We're fine keeping him on the team. When they're actually shitting their pants and want nothing to do with this guy anymore, you still say this shit, Nick. Doesn't mean it holds merit.
I get it, but I thought something would have been done by now.
Why?
You would think a deal would have been done by now.
Yeah.
Look at what happened. Hold on, Nick. You and I discussed this, bro. When Zach Wilson had that scare.
Mhm.
What? You didn't think that Jimmy G could become a quarterback for the New York Jets?
No, I think there's a very limited amount of teams that would take Jimmy G on, but I'm talking as a trade, not as if you were to get cut. There's a bunch of teams that would bring him on after that, but I think almost every team would bring him on after that.
Look,
But as far as making a trade for him, there's only a certain amount of team, maybe like 5 teams in the league that would do it.
Nick, honest to God,
Browns
we
might be
discussed
one of
this. Nick, we discussed this. I don't see teams trading for Jimmy G in the contract. They know that we're going to cut him. They know we are going to cut him. They're not going to sit here and rush to San Francisco like, hey, I'm going to give you a 5th rounder. I'm going to give you a 4th rounder. I'm going to give you a. They're not doing it. San Francisco doesn't want to joint pay for Jimmy G to go somewhere else. They're not going to do that.
Hey guys,
So
does it look like I'm wearing a priest collar right now?
A little
it
bit.
does. It kind of does. You're a man of the cloth. You're a man of the
Bless you.
cloth. But
Bless
I
you,
honestly, Nick, you and I both said this. There will be teams that are interested in number 10 when we cut him. Okay? There are teams. You're going to have the Texans. You're going to have, you might have Pittsburgh involved, Cleveland, Seattle. We just said that Malik Willis was doing well. I feel like Seattle, if Pittsburgh's not totally sold on Trubisky, Pittsburgh will be in there. But like, here's another thing. What if Jimmy takes a season off? What if we cut him and he just says, you know what? I'm gonna take this season off.
I think the moment he gets
play
cut,
ball
he
this
gets signed
season
by somebody. I think the moment he gets cut, he gets signed by somebody. That being said, that is going to set up an interesting next episode of the Locker Room Rant, because the Locker Room Rant's next episode happens to be August 30th, and
right.
the 49ers have until midnight, August 30th, to make a decision.
Yes.
We almost got to stay on late that night and do like a countdown,
you're
like a
right,
Jimmy
Izzy.
G countdown.
We might be getting some wrecking balls. I don't know.
The Giants are definitely an option also. Daniel Jones is garbage, bro. He's trash.
Everything you're saying is right. Everything you're saying is right. The only thing
I agree with Izzy that the Giants are probably they could honestly be the top of the running. If we're being
everything
honest,
you're saying is right. I just don't think the Giants have a good enough squad to necessitate going for Jimmy G.
good defense. What a good defense in New York.
Good.
I disagree, but they're good enough.
They're not that good. They're going to be a bad team. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, and a lot of the bad teams are going to want to get one of those quarterbacks. You're going to have
JT, you don't think that Jimmy G in Pittsburgh would make them? Their defense is phenomenal. They've got weapons. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if we did not see Pittsburgh in the mix. I'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised if they weren't, and I'd be surprised if they weren't in the mix. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. No. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, or you agree with me. We'd be surprised if Pittsburgh wasn't in the mix.
I'd be surprised if they were not in the mix.
No. I would be surprised if they weren't not in the mix. Like Tomlin will never have like a bad team. Like they'll be competitive. I think they're going to end up going Pickett over Trubisky at some point in the year. Trubisky's just not. He's just not what the fuck he's supposed to be.
Yeah, because you know why? Because your boy over there in fucking Chicago ruined him right out the gate, dude. Destroyed that kid's fucking.
I never knew he was your boy.
No, when Mitch Trubisky went to Buffalo.
Oh, Charles Nagy.
Your boy in Chicago, yeah. Charles Nagy.
Yeah, when Nagy ruined Trubisky right out of the gate.
I'm glad we got to do that again.
Me too.
A very poor introduction to the NFL. You could thank Nagy for that shit in Chicago because they're shit. Garbage. That was a garbage organization run by a garbage fucking coach at the time.
Jeez, John, this is the most fired up you've been in about 6 episodes. Is when
No,
you were
because
talking
I
about
honest to God believe that Trubisky in a better situation would have been better. He would have been better introduced to the league. I don't think that Chicago developed Trubisky. I think he was poorly developed, and because of it, here he is, passed around the league like some hooker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
no,
I think that when he went to Buffalo, he redeemed himself. He was behind Josh Allen in a good system, and that's why Pittsburgh decided to take him.
He didn't do anything at Buffalo. He didn't like play any games.
he played amazing in preseason.
Who was he behind in Chicago, bro? Who? Andy Dalton was his backup.
Who?
Yeah.
Was he? No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That was no.
No, that was last
Andy Dalton
year.
was Justin Fields' backup last year. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Who did Mitch Trubisky have as a bridge? No one.
Foles?
I think they got Foles the year after.
Was it Foles?
I think they got Foles the year after. I'm not 100%.
Foles was there with Trubisky at least 1 year, I believe.
Yeah, I think Trubisky got drafted, started, and then I think the next year they got Foles. I think Trubisky actually came back that year and ended up taking the job.
I think they had Rex Grossman. Remember that guy? Sexy
I think
Rexy.
No, Rex
I think Rex
Grossman was the
Grossman
quarterback
was
in 2005 when the Bears went to the Super Bowl.
You know, I met a guy on vacation that was from Chicago, and I was like, big Bears fan. He's like, yeah, man, back in 2005. I was like, can you like name anybody besides Rex Grossman on that offense? Like any wide receivers, running backs? And he was sitting there and he was like, damn, man, I got to go get my phone. I'm like, that's your squad, and you can't name anyone on offense besides Rex Grossman. He was like, nah, man. He goes, I can name you the defense. And that tells you how fucking terrible.
Ryan Urlacher.
Yeah, that tells you how terrible that team's offense was, and they still somehow made it to the Super Bowl that year, and
Well,
kind of
that
was
dude-
competitive.
That kid had an arm, dude. He had a cannon.
Yeah, but do you remember any offensive players
I
they had that
don't.
year?
I really,
Actually,
honest to God, I can't name you.
Actually, they had like a decent amount of. I'm looking at it right now. You can't really remember it, but like if I were to tell you the names, you would actually be
Brandon
like,
Marshall.
Oh my God.
Brandon
They had
Marshall, as he said.
Thomas Jones was their running back. They had just their wide receivers were Justin Gage, Mushi Muhammad. Tight end was Desmond Clark.
So they didn't have Brandon Marshall.
No.
Are
He
you
came
sure?
later. He came later with Cutler.
Left
Okay.
tackle John Tate.
Wait, who the fuck did you say the wide receivers were?
Mushin Muhammad.
Oh God, he was terrible. Who else?
Mushin Muhammad wasn't terrible. Mushin Muhammad was very good.
He was bad with the Bears.
Justin Gage was the other receiver.
Who the fuck is that?
Justin Gage. I think you I think you like picked him up in fantasy one year because he was tall.
No, I think you're talking about the Gage that was just on Atlanta last year.
Yeah, Nick's getting the gauges mixed up.
No. No. I'm not talking about that. This happened a long time ago.
No, you don't even know.
Okay, nonetheless, my
Musin
point
Muhammad
was,
was
is that Trubisky was
Musin Muhammad was a Panther, like in his prime, and I think he went to like Chicago as like last year in the league or some shit.
Yeah. My point was that
Chicago was
Trubisky
stuck in
was
the-
drafted by Chicago, poorly developed, and look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you would have gone to New England or been with like Shanahan or who else develops quarterbacks?
I mean,
Andy Reid.
I'm just saying, yeah, Andy Reid. I'm just saying, like, Trubisky was drafted by the Bears, and it was garbage. Like, that dude was a mobile quarterback. Probably could have been a little more successful with a better organization. That's all I'm saying.
I think the development of quarterbacks is a little overrated. I think either quarterback.
Dude,
is-
you'll go against the grain. I mean, you're
I think
Nick, the sky's blue.
I think a quarterback's either
You
good
know,
or they're
it's a
not.
little- some people over exaggerate the sky. It could be green. Like, bro, you just you'll say anything to go against it.
I think a quarterback's either good or they're not good. Like, and they can work in the offseason, they can get better, but that's up to them. It's not up to the team's not making it better.
Nick, if Jim's cut by the end of the week, is Pittsburgh not in? Are they kicking the tires on Garoppolo or not?
I think Pittsburgh.
Yes or no?
I think Pittsburgh would actually be a really good spot for Garoppolo. Whether or not they're going to do it, I don't know. Pittsburgh's
I'm just asking.
Pittsburgh's notoriously cheap. That's the thing. I don't know if they're going to want to spend any good money on Jimmy. They're notoriously cheap organization.
JT's right. There's certain organizations in the NFL where as soon as a quarterback says they're going to or gets drafted to, you just know they're gonna suck balls. I mean, honestly, like
right. That's right.
The Chicago Bears, even like Cutler was unbelievable when he was in Denver. He went to.
I don't think Cutler was unbelievable at all.
Take me out. I use the name.
All right, John with his first penalty box long.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
I don't think Cutler was great at all in his career, but when he went to Chicago, he was obviously terrible.
Yeah, Chicago's one of those places where quarterbacks just go or get drafted to die. Your Browns, buddy, that's not a good.
I
don't think they only had 42 of them since they've been back in 20 years.
Baker Mayfield wasn't terrible. Like Baker Mayfield was pretty good.
When did they come back to the NFL? The Browns.
The Browns came back in '99.
How many fucking quarterbacks have they had since?
Yeah, but they also drafted terribly. It wasn't. I didn't think that
That's where
quarterback was going to
you
be
get
bad.
drafted to go and die. How is it possible you have that many quarterbacks and not one of them's good?
Because they had a terrible organization up until like around 2015.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying right now.
But when they drafted Baker Mayfield, I wasn't like, okay, Baker Mayfield's going to be a disaster.
You know what?
And he wasn't. And he wasn't a disaster. I still think he's a good starting quarterback. I think he needs an attitude readjustment, and I think him leaving the Browns is a good thing for him. Maybe. But
you're right,
media?
Nick.
Thanks for joining us, brother.
The Browns are where quarterbacks go to thrive, Nick. Yeah. Okay, buddy.
But like Daniel Jones, the Giants, I knew that guy was going to suck.
Okay, so there you go. So 10 could potentially go to the Giants. Pittsburgh. I don't even know if Seattle is truly interested. If they are, it's only because he knows the system, right?
I think Seattle would definitely be interested.
I really okay. So we got the Giants, Seattle, Pittsburgh. Who else? The Browns? Are the Browns really interested?
I don't think they are as bad as I want them to be. I don't think they are.
Okay. So the Jets are consistent with they believe in Flacco. And the more I think about it, when I made that comment about that scare with Zach Wilson, I really don't know that they would have picked up 10. I think they would not have wanted to deal with 10 because Robert Saleh knows the deficiencies. So Flacco's a better quarterback. So I take that back. So the Jets are content with Flacco. Huh?
Flacco's not a better quarterback than Jimmy.
Not now. God, he's just that's bullshit. Again, that's bullshit, but he's
not a better quarterback now. There's a reason why Flacco is barely hanging on in the league right now.
No.
John, come on, dude. John, look into the camera and say you honestly believe Joe Flacco is better than fucking 10. Do you really believe that?
I believe that Joe Flacco to this very day is better than number 10.
You're wild. You're a wild man.
He definitely believes it. Like that's
no.
Doesn't make it right.
I will. You know what I'm going to say. Fill in the blanks. He does what? What does he do better than number 10?
I don't think he does anything.
He
better
makes
than
what? He makes what?
Poop.
He makes every throw on the football field.
I don't know if he even does now.
All right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm guessing he probably still has like a decently strong arm, but like,
Make no mistake. How long has Flacco been in the foot? How long has Flacco been a quarterback in the league?
Flacco's like itching 40. Flacco's been there a long time.
Yeah, I think he's been there since like 2010.
I think further than that.
Yeah, even maybe 8 or 9. I don't know. It's been a while.
Okay. So 10's been here, what, 9 years? There's not like a massive gap.
2008, Flacco was drafted.
All right.
It's a long time.
He's 37 years old.
Okay, well, I mean, they must be confident enough that Flacco can run their offense. They're not like Super Bowl favorites.
I don't think they're confident that Flacco could run their offense. I think they're tanking.
All right, Nick. So the question was, how many options are there for number 10 to go to? How many teams?
I would say about 5. I would say Seattle's one. I would say Pittsburgh's a possible, but I don't think Pittsburgh's going to do it unless he gets cut, because I don't think they're going to trade him.
Just name 5 teams.
New York is a good one. I wouldn't necessarily discount maybe Washington.
No, they're fine.
They're not fine. Carson Wentz is terrible.
They're fine. They're fine with Wentz.
Carson Wentz is terrible, and possibly maybe like New Orleans.
Wow, New Orleans. They got like Dalton, Winston, Taysom Hill.
And
No, but they're like they would just be adding like another average fuck.
I honestly believe that probably the Giants are the best guess. And bro, I mean, with that being said, I'm not going to spend much more time on it, but what if he just wants to what if he just doesn't want to play for a year and just says, forget it. Like, I'll come back to this.
Why would he not want to play for a year?
He's not hurting for money. He's a veteran quarterback.
But why would he not want to still play?
Do you want to play for the Giants right now?
Even if he's a
play for Seattle right now?
Even if he takes a backup job somewhere, he's going to get paid a couple million to chill.
I would say that Cleveland is his best opportunity to make the playoffs.
I believe that for sure. Unless a team like New Orleans got him, because I think New Orleans has a possibility of being really good.
New Orleans is not going to take him on with Dalton there, Taysom Hill, and Winston. I see no reason.
Or a team like Washington. I think Washington has a possibility of being very good.
They traded for Wentz.
I think that was a huge mistake.
It doesn't matter whether you thought it was a mistake. That's what they're not going to. He's not going to Washington.
You know what I think would be cool? I don't see, for whatever reason, I don't see Tom Brady finishing the season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year.
There you go. There's an option.
What do you think happens?
I think he either just fucking quits and starts his thing with who's he going to? Who did he sign a deal with?
Wasn't it Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him just being like, all of his linemen are getting hurt. Who knows about Chris Godwin? I don't even think he's fully healthy. I think people are starting to like fall out. And is he even back with the team yet?
Yeah,
he took I feel like he's just not fucking. He does not want to be there this year, and I think he's just going to just fucking quit. I think he's just going to fucking walk away.
He does. I think he wants to be there. I think Giselle's being like, Tom, you said it was fucking enough.
I don't.
I think he does want to be there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have came back.
Listen, I read this. I read this secondhand. This is total. There's no proof. I have no source to back this. I have nothing to back this up. But I heard.
Don't say it.
No, because I mean, it might actually. I heard that his mom might have been sick. That's what I heard. I pray that it's not true, but I read it, and I think that Tom's coming back. Believe it that he is returning back to the team here shortly.
He's
So
back.
I
already.
don't.
He's back already.
Okay, all right. It's none of our business. Probably why, but to say that it was Giselle, that's bullshit. I don't believe.
No, what happened was this is the most logical thing. What happened was he said he was going to retire, and they probably had some plans. And Tom Brady is when he does something, he does it 100%. But Giselle was probably like, "Listen, motherfucker, you said we were going to do some stuff. You said we were going to have a little bit of a summer to ourselves. You better do it." And you know what? Tom Brady has earned that right. Tom Brady missing a little bit of camp is not going to hurt anything.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's a fact. I'm not even gonna. Let's not speculate. Let's just leave it be. Let's leave it be because I don't believe that his wife is what. Dude, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have retired in 3 weeks. Would have been like, it's not for me. Retirement's not for me. 3 weeks of retirement was just not for me.
Why would he come back though? Like him coming back is because he desperately wants to play.
Okay, so you don't make that decision with your wife's approval? What,
No.
you just locked her up in the basement and ran upstairs and tweeted something?
I'm sure he was probably like, "Listen, honey, I told you I wasn't gonna play this year. I told you I was gonna retire, but I can't. I gotta go play."
Did you
And
guys?
she's probably like, "Okay, but you
Daniel.
owe me."
Daniel, I'm glad you brought that up, Daniel. I watched the UFC a UFC interview with Dana White, and Dana White is a huge Raiders fan, has season tickets, and he literally recruited Tom Brady and Gronkowski to go play with the Raiders 2 years ago before he went to Tampa Bay. Recruited Gronk, recruited Tom Brady. Everything was a done deal. They were about to sign the contracts, and at the last second, John Gruden mushed the whole thing. Said, "Nope, we're not doing it." John Gruden, at the last second, gave up an opportunity to get Tom Brady and Gronkowski.
There's got to be
a done
context
deal
to that, though, right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the same could be said about San Francisco.
No, this was a done deal. Like it was done. They were going to the Raiders, and at the last second, Gruden said, "No, we're taking it off the table."
Okay,
No more.
so Izzy's comment may be true because we heard on an HBO show. Was it with LeBron? Was it that barbershop talk thing that they do?
Yeah, I think so.
Where he made the comment where he's like, "You're gonna go with that motherfucker."
Yeah.
Well, San Francisco fans thought that was he was alluding to number 10.
He was talking about Carr.
We didn't know, and there was speculation out there that it could have been Carr.
Yeah.
So I hear you, Izzy, and cheers to that. It's funny because it was bound to get out sooner or later.
And the one that got it, and the one that leaked it was Gronk. Gronk was the one that leaked the story, and Dana White was like real pissed off at Gronkowski after leaking it.
True. Izzy says, now how soon does Vegas Raiders get hit with the Miami punishment for tampering?
Probably not.
JT says, "Oh fuck LeBron." By the way, do you think JT hasn't hit that? Hasn't refreshed his YouTube right now? He's still live with Breezie.
But yeah, like, listen, I agree with what Tom Brady said. You're gonna take Derek Carr over me.
He didn't call him
Derek Carr's never done anything.
He didn't call him
that?
Derek Carr.
He didn't call him Derek Carr. He called him a motherfucker.
Yeah. Whatever.
I think Tom Brady's
All right,
earned the right to call anybody in the league a motherfucker.
Exactly. We don't. It's purely speculation right now as to what and why he wasn't at camp in the preseason with this squad. That's speculation. I mean, there's going to be all kinds of rumors out there. Okay. With that being said, if it's family related and not his wife, then who are we to criticize, right? So
I
We'll
don't think
find out. It'll eventually come out. It's not a big deal. He's back. What? They needed Tom? Did Tom need reps? No,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
bullshit.
I think even if it was Giselle, I think that's within her right.
Nick,
B,
Nick
it's
I'm almost willing to say it's purely speculative that it wasn't her. It wasn't her, bro. You know, he's not making that decision against his wife's will. He didn't retire, chop it up on some pillow talk for 3 weeks and be like, you know what, honey, I'm going to go back.
Maybe he just that was one of the stipulations of him coming back. Like, hey, you don't have to attend this bullshit. You're Tom Brady. Don't worry about it. I mean,
Exactly.
You don't ever know.
He already, I mean, look. Tom doesn't need anyone's approval to do what he does. His wife is the only person in his corner, she's biggest supporter. He doesn't need anyone else's approval, Nick. So I doubt that it was Giselle. But again, I believe that it will probably come out eventually what and why he hadn't been there. And who fucking cares? Does he really need to be there? Like we said, we agreed. He doesn't need the reps, so who cares?
Devin Hester. Devin Hester was on that Bears team.
You're goddamn right he was.
And I remember, I think he returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That guy was fucking awesome, wasn't he?
He was fucking sweet.
I forgot about that. It just popped in my head.
Him and Josh Cribbs.
Yeah, Josh Cribbs was sick too, but he was no Devin Hester. Devin Hester was.
They were different.
Devin Hester was the GOAT. Devin Hester was the GOAT.
Yes, Devin Hester did not have problems with substance abuse.
Josh Cribbs never did either.
I'm sorry. I get him mixed up with what's his name. My bad.
Josh Cribbs was like a model.
Send me out.
He probably did. No, John, he probably did. We just don't know about it.
I get Cribbs mixed up with what's his face. I'm sorry.
He went to Kent, John. If he probably had some substance abuse things, he probably did stuff with him back then.
Yeah, he bought it. He bought his shit from you, John.
We might have smoked a couple of joints together. That being said, it is what it is.
Nick, he actually might have been at that Kent Halloween party we were at. when we watched.
It's a Penguins hat, actually. It's a hockey hat.
Oh shit! John's got a hockey hat. Everything is out of control right now. Are you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do final thoughts.
I don't think I'm ready to go yet.
I am.
Yeah.
You guys know that I am. I think I'm ready. But if you guys want to,
I'm ready as well. We're gonna wrap it up right now.
Then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to drink this fucking glass of bourbon with the chat, and you guys can leave.
All right. My final thought is apparently it has nothing to do with sports, besides from the guy's name, but NBA YoungBoy has broken some type of record with Eminem and Jay-Z. I think it's like most #1 albums or something like that. Anyways, I want to say that it's amazing. Two things: that it's amazing that NBA YoungBoy has been able to have such an illustrious career and making so many hit records that the public enjoys. And two, who the fuck is NBA YoungBoy?
I got no idea.
No,
but JT brings up
how is he breaking records?
Ayahuasca. Do we listen? How do you say this? Is it ayahuasca or ayusaka? How do you say it?
Nick, isn't that thing you used to do when we went golfing?
No.
When
Tony,
you would swing the club around and say ayahuasca from the lakes
of Iowa.
No. If Nick had anything to do with this explains his brain damage. But this is not, Nick did not, this is not that. This ayusaka or ayahuasca is it's a drink. And it's supervised by tribal members. You go to camps and you actually spend a weekend it's a spiritual cleanse, so to speak. Okay. You will face your demons. You will see your future. You will, I don't know. The only thing is that I'm actually interested in trying this. I would do this. I actually want to do this. Aaron Rodgers did it. I don't know what happened to him because afterwards he's engaged to someone named Blue or Sky Blue or something crazy. I don't know what it is, but he's got a girlfriend. She's kind of crazy, but nonetheless, this cleanse helps you face all your demons, treats depression, substance abuse, just about anything and everything. And crazy there's actually these camps in Ohio that do it. And they're monitored. You join the camp, you participate in the cleanse, and the rest is history.
Interesting. I still want to know who NBA Youngboy is because I have no clue who the fuck that is.
Well, you fuck yourself with this kid. Who cares? I'm talking about a spiritual cleanse. You want to do it? Would you do it?
Is it legal?
Yes, I believe I don't think it's illegal. I believe it's absolutely legal.
Yeah, fuck it, I'd do it. Just gotta make sure.
I mean,
with everything I've ever done, it's the same rules apply. I have to be doing nothing the next day.
No. This is it's like a 3-day cleanse. Like, nonetheless, I would be curious if we could record our experience and bring it back to the locker room.
Sounds expensive. This whole thing sounds expensive.
It's under $1,000, I believe. I could be wrong, but I do believe that in Ohio there are camps that administer the cleanse. It's monitored, so you're not out there in the wilderness on your own.
Will they allow us to film for the show?
See, I doubt that. I doubt it, but I mean, who knows? But Aaron Rodgers, Soap's right. Aaron Rodgers did it. And he pretty much stands behind it. Like, this is people's lives have changed. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot. Who fucking knows?
John, do me a favor on the 26th for this the Faithfully podcast anniversary. Send me a reminder on this because I definitely want to attend.
Yes,
sometimes
I'm going
my notifications don't work.
I'm a special guest there. Taryn and Mariah are celebrating their 1 year, and they invited just about everyone who's participated, just about anyone who respects and enjoys their show to attend it. Check it out. There are great giveaways. They're giving away some really nice merch. I think the grand prize is a Bryant Young plaque. It's a really sharp, nice Bryant Young plaque. Just got to come in there and show your support and get in on the raffle, I guess. Joe, what's up, family? Can we talk about Danny Gray? Danny Gray's been incredible, dude. 4.3 speed. I know you guys don't know much about him, Tony and Nick, but this dude is taking the top off the defense. He's got some work to do, Joe. He's not polished. He's not polished, but he is a burner. And I look forward to him, man.
How about that kid from the Eagles? You see that, dude?
Who are you talking about?
That world record breaking
Devonta Smith?
No, it's
Who?
some
Who?
just dusting everybody on the field.
Yes, I saw it. I did see it. I think he's bigger than Danny Gray. A taller human being. But I did see that. I did. What's his name?
He had like 2 catches. He had like 2 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's like 200-yard bombs. This guy just throw it as far as you can to him. Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable.
By the way, I looked up that ayahuasca stuff, and it's according to Google, it has a thing that says it's a Schedule 1 drug, so it is illegal, and it costs $900.
It can't be illegal. It might not be. conducive to your drug policy at your job, but
It says it's a Schedule 1 drug. That's
I mean,
like
Nick,
cocaine.
they're hosting camps. I don't know what to tell you.
Actually, that's
they're
not
not-
cocaine. Cocaine's a Schedule 2. Marijuana is technically a Schedule 1. More like heroin's a Schedule 1.
Can I sign up for the cocaine camp?
Also, it's $990. I'm not.
It
paying
sounds like the cocaine camp would be way more fun than this.
I'm not paying $990 for something that I could probably get from eating shrooms.
Yo, so put all of the side effects. Contains chemicals that can cause hallucinations, tremors, dilated pupils, increased blood pressure, nausea, and vomiting. That's just about every fucking medication on television. But so, would you do this camp with me? Would you go with me? I kind of want to do it. Izzy says it's illegal in the U.S. That's why he flew to South America. Am I hallucinating that I saw that ayahuasca is in Ohio?
Are you on ayahuasca right now, John? What is happening right now?
Look, dude,
Maybe-
here it is, dude.
No,
We
I
can
saw
do that
it.
for your.
Ohio
We can do that for your
Archives.
bachelor party. For your bachelor party.
Listen,
Do
listen,
ayahuasca
Tony.
for the bachelor party.
Hold on.
Nothing else.
Hold on a minute. Let me
Fucked up on ayahuasca.
look. No. Listen. Nearby ayahuasca retreats. There's the Sanctuary Healing Center in Callicoon, New York. Peaceful Mountain Way in Richmond, Kentucky. Temple of Yumi, Atlanta, Georgia. There are many holistic sanctuaries
I get
in the
it.
United States. Huh?
I get it. No, I understand that. That being said, it still says it contains a Schedule 1 drug.
I want to try it. I want to try it.
Oh my god. This
Alright.
Joe, you do get your shout out. Joe, Niner Joe on Twitter. Brother, you get your flowers, bro. You called it. Danny Gray to San Francisco. I don't know. Do you guys hear this?
Yeah.
There's your cheer, my man. You deserve it. You called it. I'm happy for you. I'm happy he's a 49er for Joe. Joe was ecstatic. As a matter of fact, I think that night we all screamed and clapped and yelled for Joe. He was right, man. You do get your credit, my man.
I'll tell you what, guys. We didn't really talk about it, but
Did we miss
how
something?
about freaking Albert Pujols? Have you guys been seeing that guy?
Still doing it this late age.
Like,
What's he doing?
He had one game where he hit 2 home runs.
He's still trying to get. He's
Still
probably
really
going to get to 700 home runs this year.
How
How
many
old
does
is he now?
How many does he have currently?
693, 694, something like that.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's
What's going on with the Yankees right now? Did they get out of their slump?
Yeah. Well, they're doing all right.
Tribe still holding on to the division.
They are, dude. I'm so excited, Nick. I really did not believe. You know, when they got rid of Franmil Reyes, I was kind of disappointed because I thought you got rid of your only slugger. And then I looked at his stats and I realized he hadn't done a damn thing all season and most of last season. So, you know, Franmil, sorry to see you go, but this young squad is killing it.
I really like this team because they're a bunch of scrappy little motherfuckers.
They are. They're young. They're really young.
There's not really like they really got like 3 really good like batters, and the rest of them are just like scrappy little motherfuckers. They've Oscar
gotta go to a game.
Gonzalez, Quan, and Ramirez.
We got to go to a game before you go
We
back.
do.
We should definitely go to a game.
We should.
Tony, you got to come home for a game, bro.
For what game?
An Indians game.
To a tribe game.
Why don't we I mean, I don't have to come home for that. I can just meet you guys there.
Yeah, it's not
They'll
that.
meet us there.
Yes.
But I really do want to have an episode of the Locker Room Rant from a Cavs game. I really want to go to a Cavs game this season. I really want to be there live on the show. I really want to do that. And there are many Tuesday opportunities to pull it off.
Okay.
What would be real fun? We already talked about if we could do a Buckeye tailgate. John, I know it's hard for you to get loose on a Saturday, but that would be epic. An epic episode of the Locker Room Rant if we can somehow finagle that, or a Browns game. I mean, any type of sporting event would be freaking awesome.
Where what do you want me to do? What, you want to do a Buckeyes game on a Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have. I don't know if they play any other day other than a Saturday. Do they have any other? Is it just Saturday?
I think they're just Saturdays.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
Sure.
I mean, if it's a late game or an early game, I don't know. We'll talk more about that. But you guys know that I am ready to get off right now, right?
We are ready to go. It's time to go. I got to finish this glass of bourbon, and I'm not doing it alone. So, Tony, if you need to go to bed, that's fine. Nick, you're staying here with me in the chat for a few minutes till I finish this glass.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Later, fam.
Later, Tom.
Peace. Wait, changes you made not be saved. Is this going to end if I get out of here?
No, just remove yourself, and then I'll end the broadcast.
Oh, okay. Let me know if you see any ghosts and shit like downstairs in my basement. Just let me know if you see any weird shit. If like bottles start falling. All right, bye.
Gotcha.
Later.
Later. All right, and then there were two.
So, what do you want to talk about?
What else is there to talk about? I think we pretty much touched on everything. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about in the chat?
The Average Bo, what's up, family?
Who is Average Bo?
I believe that's Bo from the Kingdom Live Pod.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that's Bo.
All right. Well, welcome to the Locker Room Rant, Bo. Glad to have you here. We're doing a little overtime special. Our buddy Tony had to take off. He works in the morning.
It is Bo. It is Bo. What's up, fam? We still got to get together with those fellas and do a crossover pod with the Kingdom Live podcast.
Absolutely.
And the Locker Room Rant.
You know us. We're always down to do crossover stuff with other podcasts.
Bo, really, we ended the show a little while ago, but I have a little bit of bourbon here that I want to finish. So I'm making Nick stick it out with me.
Mm-hmm.
And Izzy on the chat, hanging out with JT and the crew while I finish this glass of bourbon.
It would be awesome, Izzy, if we could do it on a Michigan-Ohio State game, because if you've never been to a Michigan-Ohio State game, there's not really much like it. You don't even
have not.
You actually don't even have to go to the game. Just being in the city of Columbus, or I've never been to Ann Arbor, but I assume it's the same as with them too. It's just the atmosphere is absolutely electric, especially when the teams are good. So it'd be awesome to do it. The only thing is, it also usually falls on Thanksgiving week, which kind of everyone's back home too. So
yeah, that's true. But I have not been to a Buckeyes Michigan game.
Well, you've been working specific weekends for pretty much the last 40 to 30 years.
I know, but that being said, it's not outside of the realm of possibility if we could all do it together. If we could time it where we could all make it to that game together, I'm there. I would do it in a heartbeat.
When we were in our early to mid 20s, it was actually absolute bananas going to Columbus on that weekend.
God, I would have.
Now, obviously, times have changed. We're a little older now. We're not going to do the same stuff, but yeah, it's still a hell of a time.
JT says outside. Little FYI, everyone outside the Ohio hates the Buckeyes.
Oh no, I
He's not
totally
not wrong.
understand. I totally understand. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Here's my thing about all sports. I want everyone to hate me. When it comes to sports, I want everyone to hate me.
No, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you would think. I think I loved Harbaugh. Okay. I loved Harbaugh. But is it hard? It's not really. Last year they were the better team. But since Harbaugh's been there, I think we've pretty much owned them since last season.
We've dominated them the entire century.
Yeah, but that being said, it's not hard for me. I love Harbaugh, and I wish nothing but the best for him. Izzy asked you, Nick, why do you always shit on the 49ers and not her brother's Packers? You know what, though? Nick, to be fair, Nick is not – he doesn't really hate our Niners. He really doesn't.
Shit on the Niners. I give the Niners props like a lot. I say your defense is awesome. I say your defense is awesome. I say your front four as a total group is as good of a front four as there is in the NFL. I think you guys run a great defensive system. I question a couple things you guys do. That's it.
That's fair. We question things that you've done for the last 30 years as Browns.
I question a couple things you guys did. The Trey Lance thing, you guys will never convince me that was a good move. Even if it works out,
Not yet. Not yet.
There's no, unless Trey Lance is the greatest quarterback of all time, you're never going to convince me that was a good move. I don't care if he ends up in Canton. I don't care, because here's the thing.
Dude, you know how ridiculous that sounds?
Well, because here's the reason for that.
To end up in Canton, to say I don't care if he ends up in Canton. What did it cost us? 2 first-round picks?
Yeah, because
that's a lot of capital. I get it. It's
a
lot.
Trey Lance
ending up I don't care if he ends up in Canton sounds kind of crazy.
No, Trey Lance ending up in Canton doesn't mean you guys are going to have this type of success you guys want. Okay, he doesn't have to win the Super Bowl to end up in Canton. He doesn't have to do any of that to end up in Canton. He doesn't even have to do it for the 49ers.
As long as he is more successful than 10, I don't give a fuck.
He might not be. It's going to be hard to be more successful than 10.
JT, I got you, bro. I got you, brother. We are doing merch right now. I ordered shirts. It's just a matter of time before I get everything going, my man. If you like that color, we'll work it out for you, my man. If you like a different color, let me know. You can always hit me up. The Locker Room Rant has an email. Let me create that banner for you, my man.
But yeah, to get back to what I was saying originally, I think you guys had a roster that was a Super Bowl contending roster for the next 2 to 3 years. I think you guys could have done it with 10. I think you guys could have got better as a team by having 10 as your quarterback and just adding through the draft. By doing what you did with Trey Lance, not only did you possibly take a step back with your QB play, because I think Trey Lance probably will be better than 10 in the future, but right now I don't think he is. I think he needs a lot of work.
I just want you to sit back and watch.
You're still not getting better in the draft because you guys don't have first round picks. So you guys are essentially, you guys got Trey for about 5 years. 1 year's already gone. You got 2 more years where you guys.
Yeah, but you know what, Nick? You know what? Trey actually suffered a finger injury on his throwing hand last season. Well, I mean, whether you care or not doesn't make a difference.
So the first
don't act like that last season was a waste.
So the first year's gone. First year's gone. I'm just talking about Trey being able to produce for you guys. First year's gone. Then now this year and the next year, you guys weren't able to add to your team. I know Joe loves Danny Gray, but Danny Gray ain't gonna give you the promised land, buddy. Danny Gray is probably going to be an okay. He looks like he could be an okay player, And yes, there are some fourth, fifth, sixth round picks.
Can we come back to this conversation? Can we come back to this conversation like week 12?
But I just don't think it was a smart move to do what you guys did with Trey. Not that Trey's bad. Not that Trey's bad. I'm not indicting the kid at all. But not that he's bad. But like I said, I just don't think it was a smart move to do. That's basically my main criticism of the 49ers. I really have no other criticisms of the 49ers.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's come back to this conversation middle of the season, week 8, week 10. We'll chop it up.
As far as Aaron Rodgers, I criticize Aaron Rodgers a lot. I think Aaron Rodgers, like his abilities are phenomenal, but Aaron Rodgers is actually I think he's a pretty shitty human being. Maybe not a shit. Maybe that might be taking it too far. But as far as like being a human being in NFL teammate terms, like he causes controversy all the time. It always has to be about him. He's incredibly selfish. Although I do think players should ask for the max amount of money that they can get. Like everyone always likes to knock on Tom Brady. They're like, oh well, he does what he needs to do for the team, so he takes less money. No, that's essentially, if you're the best quarterback, you should get paid the most. If you don't get paid the most and you're the best quarterback, you're
Nick, are the microphones on that logo?
What's that?
Stand up. Yeah, they are. They are. That Izzy, I don't want to get rid of the old logo because the new logo is crazy.
I like the old logo.
It requires the new logo requires a different print. I don't know. It's weird. The person that's doing my stuff told me that it requires a different process to get the new logo on the shirt. So for now, we're doing this logo. But I will give you this, Izzy. I'll tell you this right now. That logo minimized with a Niners logo and the channel on the back of the t-shirt is what we're going for. So you can get your respective team's logo and color with the Locker Room Rants logo on like the breast. You get the Locker Room Rant, you get your respective team, and then on the back, the Locker Room Rant with a YouTube logo. So that's kind of what I'm going for. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So JT, if it's something you're interested in, that's great. If you want the red with that particular logo on it, that's great. Izzy, I owe you a shirt. So, you just hit me up with whatever color you want. If you like that logo, great. If you want that logo and the Niners logo, obviously that's going to be good. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to. So that's actually what I'm looking for. Yeah. The Niner red with the Niners logo. That's the idea that I have in my head. So once I get a prototype t-shirt, I'm going to wear it here on the show. Tony's going to wear the Buffalo Bills blue. It's like a royal blue with the Buffalo Bills logo and the Locker Room Rant badge. Nick's going to wear a shit brown t-shirt with the Browns helmet and the Locker Room Rant logo. And I'm going to wear that red, or maybe the red behind me in the screen, in the green screen. I'm going to try to get like that red with the Niners logo and the Locker Room Rant logo. So that's kind of what we're looking for. I'm kind of hoping that it all comes out. So those you will see us wear our respective teams. And then if you like it, it's something that we can work out, in the DMs or the Gmail. And then we're going to do that particular logo as well. So we could talk about it. Did we talk about KD being a bitch?
Yeah, we did.
We did, JT. We did. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. I got you.
We're gonna try to get a bunch. We're gonna try to get a bunch of merch out. We're gonna actually try and start doing stuff on this channel. It's been a good year feeling everything out, but I think we got a pretty decent handle on things. And
yeah, that's true.
We should probably start doing some more things.
Yeah,
so merch is definitely one of them that we're going to try and do.
Izzy, I got you, family. You know it. I got you always. You have been our number one supporter since day one. I will look out for you, fam. Don't you worry about a thing. that's it. Like Nick's right. Like this channel has come a long way in just a little over a year. I really want to get this merch going and get it on the show so you guys can check it out. And then we're gonna do giveaways where we just give out our merch every episode to somebody. So we're gonna work it out, man. We're gonna work it out. All right, family. I'm about done with this bourbon, bro. I'm ready to take it to the next level and hit my pillow. Family, all of you, thank you for checking out the Locker Room Rant tonight. We appreciate you always. Everyone that came out tonight, we appreciate your support. Nick, it's been a real.
All right.
Later, family.
Later.
Take care.